is Tanner from Raw Mountain Athlete. I've got Shamiz here from High Carb Vegans, and we're going to do a quick little kind of video interview here. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, like where are you from?
Yeah, cool man. So my name is Shamiz. I'm from New Zealand, originally from India. I moved to New Zealand when I was 5 years old. I have a YouTube channel called High Carb Vegans you guys can have a look at. It'll be in the description below. I'm 26 years old and just in Thailand at the moment, enjoying the fruit and enjoying the awesome tropical weather.
Yeah, so we're just here on Koh Phangan and just been really enjoying all the people that we've been meeting here. So it's awesome vegan community, and so here we go. How did you first learn about veganism?
How did I first learn about veganism? Well, I learned it through having cured myself, and we'll talk about that later. First, I kind of went plant-based because it was for my health.
Yeah.
But then I found out about all the torture that was going on and then the environmental impacts. And so that's how I became vegan and not just plant-based.
Tell me more about your health condition that you had and how that brought you more.
Yeah, well, it started off in 2012 when I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. Really bad digestive disorder. It's an autoimmune disease that has no cure. And so I was hospitalized for 6 weeks in Japan. This all happened in Japan. And I basically got into hospital with mild colitis, and the doctors, were like, okay, you'll be out in a week. So I was like, cool. Just do whatever you can. Just heavily relying on the medical model and putting a lot of faith into doctors, as we all do. So I basically stayed in hospital for that week. They put me on drugs, and they're like, you'll be fine and you'll be out of here by a week. I got actually progressively worse. So after the first week, I was actually worse than when I came. And then a couple of weeks down the track, they just put me on more drugs, and they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and they just pumped me full of steroids and a lot of antibiotics, and I wasn't getting any better. So by the 5th week, I was really bad. I was going to the toilet 40 times a day.
Wow.
That's crazy. Like, I was pretty much on my deathbed, and I was weighing in about 45 kilos. You can take a look at the pictures, that my before and after pictures as well, and you can take a look at the pictures from hospital, and you can see what my condition was. And by that 5th week, I actually couldn't make any decisions for myself, and so they actually were planning on taking a part of my large intestine out and doing surgery for no reason whatsoever. And luckily, my mother was there, and she said, we're not going to do surgery whatsoever. You find something else, and we're not going to go through that. So we found a book. It was called Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's, and we'll link that in the description below. And it's a book written by David Klein, and he cured himself through a plant-based or through a vegan diet. And he wrote about it, and he helps people the same way as I do now to try and help other people that have ulcerative colitis to heal themselves. So we found the book, and so we read through it in about a couple of days, and we actually contacted the author, David Klein, in hospital, and he said, get rid of all your meds, and get straight onto a plant-based or vegan diet, juicing, fruits. And so this was in that 5th week, and I needed something. So this book was pretty much like the light at the end of the tunnel. And so I started doing the things that he said in the book, and I got better in a week. It was crazy, like 1 week. And I actually stopped taking medication too. I took his advice, and I was just wrapping it up in tissue paper and chucking it in the bin, without the nurses or doctors knowing. We did it quite secretly. It was quite hard for us because we didn't know if it was going to work or not.
Yeah.
So we did that, and because I got so much better in the week, like my mother started asking the doctor, like, how has he gotten so much better? And the doctor was saying that the medication is working and he's finally, reacting to it. And
Yeah.
of course we knew that I wasn't taking it. And so I got discharged after that 1 week. So the 6th week I was out of hospital. And ever since then it's been like a massive journey. And it's taken a while to recover, but I've definitely recovered fully. It's been 3 years since. I haven't taken a single pill since 2012, since August 2012.
That's
so
awesome.
it's been a hell of a journey.
Yeah. So you went from not being able to make decisions to walking yourself out of the hospital in about 1 week's time.
1 week, that's all it took, like just letting my body do its thing, letting my body self-heal.
Let food be that medicine.
Yeah, and that's the key there.
What surprised you the most about this lifestyle that you didn't expect?
First off, being able to cure myself and not having to take medication, not relying on the medical model and not relying on doctors I'm taking control of my own health pretty much. That's what surprised me most. And seeing my body change from being almost dead to thriving, that's what really surprised me. And doing the things I can do now, I would have never imagined doing that before when I was eating lots of meat and dairy. And the vegan side of things definitely has to be the environmental impacts and saving the animals' lives. It's just so key. And I think if you get both parties right, then it forms this awesome circle that you're doing everything you possibly can for your health, for the animals, and for the environment. And that's why I have this shirt on, because it's awesome.
Yeah, we all have a bit of some stumbling blocks sometimes trying to make this transition. So would you say you had some of those yourself?
Yeah, it's a great question. Seriously, I was into lots of meat, lots of dairy. I used to eat a lot of cheese, and that's what put me in that position. It was hard to change. Initially, it was really hard because I pretty much had to go cold turkey. I had to stop eating all animal products to try and get better. I did have some drawbacks. I did actually go back and eat some of those foods that I was eating before because of the addiction, the cheese, the meat, and it was hard. But when I did go back and eat those foods, I felt so much worse that I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So I just said, look, go back and just do whatever you think is the best. And I did that. I went back to eating plants and eating really healthy food, and I just felt so good that I just kept continuing to do that. I didn't go back to eating meat because I knew that would just bring me down.
What is the best part about being vegan?
The best part? There's so many things that you can't even describe how good you feel for one, and just knowing that you're saving animals and you're making this world a better place. Because as soon as you pretty much go vegan, you learn about so many other things, right? So you become a minimalist. You don't need materialistic things in the world, and you just realize that you can sustain yourself on a very, very easy lifestyle. The best thing about being vegan is that, you just live a simple life, being as minimal as you can. How
would you say that you have changed, either emotionally, mentally, physically, by being vegan?
It's a really good question, man. I think all of those things you change. You just do, because you're eating the right food that makes you happy. You're eating foods that that don't have any death behind them. You're eating live,
no trauma foods.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and all that just comes in. Your mind just opens up. You get aware of a lot of things around you. Automatically, you become fit and you're healthy, and then your mind becomes healthy too, because you're not worrying about all that problem, or you're not eating all that suffering. For me to go from where I was to now and not have any problems, it means something's working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I've really appreciated hearing your story, and thanks for being willing to share with everyone else.
That's fine. Yeah,
when I first heard Sham's story, it really touched me, and it was amazing to hear where he started from and to see where he is now. So definitely a big inspiration, and enjoyed having you here.
Yeah, for sure, man. And if for you people out there that know people that have ulcerative colitis or any kind of digestive disorder, check out all the other videos that I have on how to cure or how to heal colitis, and also what I eat now. My channel will be in the description below.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man. You too.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Share the love. And for more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to Raw Mountain Athlete, my channel. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciated you being here.
I don't eat no meat, no dairy, no sweets, only ripe vegetables, fresh fruit and whole wheat. I'm from the old school, my household smell like soul food, bruh. Curry falafel, barbecue tofu, no fish though, no candy bars, no cigarettes, only ganja and fresh squeezed juice from oranges.